it's Dinorah, aka the Southern Belle of the South Bronx. If you're new, welcome. Today we have a vegan version of a Dominican Pastelón, aka a Dominican lasagna as I like to call it. So traditionally it's made with smashed plantains. I'm using fried plantains, some vegan grounds mixed in with some shiitake mushrooms, and some vegan cheese. This vegan cheese just melts like the real thing. It melts like the real thing and it's so good. Let's get started.
We're going to start off with 2 tablespoons of avocado oil with some grated garlic. Then we're going to add our veggie grounds. This is from Whole Foods. It's probably top 3 favorite grounds that I've ever tasted because it has jackfruit in it. The texture is just perfect. So is the flavor. We're going to go straight from frozen, break it up a little bit, and then we're going to season with garlic powder, onion powder, Dominican oregano, some soy sauce, some Dijon mustard, black pepper, and then a veggie bouillon. This was so good. Like the umami flavor in this is, you don't only need a little bit because it is kind of salty. We're gonna add some air fried shiitake mushrooms just in the air fryer for a few minutes until they're crispy. Chop them up, add them. And then I'm just gonna add some water to deglaze the bottom and add some water again before I add my tomato paste. Now, when I buy tomato paste, I have leftover, so I freeze it. That's why you see it here frozen. And then we're gonna add a little bit more water to create a bit of a sauce. And then our grounds are basically done. There you go. Next, we're gonna go into slicing our yellow plantain. So this is essentially a green plantain that has become ripe. So this is at its most sweetest point. It can get sweeter than this. It'll be completely black, but this is what I'm gonna use, little specks of yellow. We're gonna cut in half, and then we're gonna slice. And I wanna say this is like less than 1/4 of an inch, but you can probably gauge from here. I'll put on the screen, I'll measure it. And then we're just gonna fry this in some avocado oil and about 1/4 inch of oil. And we're just looking for a nice golden brown, as you see here. And make sure to drain this. They'll still look like they're with oil, but that's just the sugar that's raising up from the plantains. And then I like to create a lattice pattern. This is not necessary. Like I said, this is my version of a Dominican pastelón. It's usually made with smashed plantains, but I like this pattern because I'm a tourist and I like I love food and I like my food to look pretty. So here I'm just creating a lattice pattern to the best of my abilities. I've done this a few times. I just play around. It's like a little jigsaw puzzle. And then this vegan cheese, I've never had it before. I've had dye, I've had other stuff. This stuff is like the real stuff. It is so good. So you just want to add a layer of that. Then add all of your grounds, and then we're gonna do a second layer of our cheese. Again, this cheese is so good. Like the flavor, the melt. I had a little leftover and I had a bacon, egg, and cheese with some vegan bacon the day after, and it was just so good. I need to go buy more. Violife, I think that's how you pronounce it. Y'all did a good job. It tastes so good. So here I'm just putting the final layer of our plantains. So it's plantains, cheese, grounds, cheese, and another layer of plantains. So here we have our pastelón. I have baked it at 400 degrees for about 18 minutes. You just want the cheese to melt and the top layer to crisp up a little bit, but everything here is cooked. We're just looking for some nice melty action, as you can see here in my spatula. And you just cut it into whatever size you desire. I wanted to eat the whole pan, but I was sharing this with someone. So here we have our vegan Dominican pastelón. Look at that cheese. And even crisped up at the edges like regular cheese.
All right, y'all. So here is our vegan pastelón with the vegan grounds, some shiitake mushrooms, and our vegan cheese. Let's give it a try. I'm so excited. Let's get a little bit of everything. I like to let it cool first so that it's easy to cut into pieces. But can you look at that cheese? Now, I'm not vegan, but this tastes good. It's like I'm having the real thing. The grounds are very good. I like to add shiitake mushroom because it has like that meaty texture, but also since we air fried them first and we added them to the cooked grounds, it just gives like that nice like umami flavor. But this is so good. Please get into this cheese. Doesn't it look like real cheese? This is so good. Now listen, I'm not vegan. A lot of my friends are. I have some family that's vegan. That's why I made this version. And I've made similar, but for my vegetarian friends, meaning I use ground but I use regular cheese. But this is so good. But I can enjoy this because I am lactose intolerant. But I will eat my pastelón with regular cheese throughout the year, twice a year to be honest. But I'm not missing the real meat or the real cheese in this. This is so good, and I'm not saying it because I made it, but I'm like surprised. I'm like, this is so good. I hope you enjoyed this recipe video. I hope you give this a try. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Y'all be blessed. Goodbye.